Warriors NRL Fanatics here, back today with a video, and I'm going to get into my 5 takeaways from the New Zealand Warriors versus the West Tigers round 11 game. And my first point is vintage Reece Walsh. What a talent and a future he's going to have in the NRL in the years to come. And what a game he had against the West Tigers. He was outstanding, and you know, he's fast, quick, strong, athletic, and you know, he's only 18 years old, and he's got a very bright future ahead, Reece Walsh. And, you know, when the Brisbane Broncos let him go, I was absolutely surprised and shocked that, you know, the Broncos let him go and we picked him up. And what a great gain he has been so far. And I'm looking forward to the next few years Reece Walsh can do at the Warriors. You know, the performance he produced, not only, I know people are going to say, oh, it's against the West Tigers, you know, oh, it's against the West Tigers, but you saw what he did against Melbourne, you saw what he did in the other games as well, against the Parramatta Eels as well. So, you know, at the end of the day, Reece Walsh, great talent, and I'm looking forward to what he produces in the future for the club. And, you know, what Nathan Brown said in the press conference, and I know people might get a little bit iffy about this, what Nathan Brown said. He said that, you know, the media is only covering the positives of Reece Walsh. But, you know, I think he's got a great point there, Nathan Brown. I know myself has been hypercritical of what Nathan Brown's been doing lately with his coaching selections. But, you know, he's got a point there, because Reece Walsh is only young and he's got plenty of time. And, you know, the Warriors, what they need to do is make sure they manage him very well. Make sure he stays grounded, because he's a young fella, and, you know, I know he will stay grounded, because what I've heard is he's a great bloke and all that, and very humble kid and all that. But, you know, Reece Walsh, you know, if the Warriors can blood him for the future and make sure he doesn't, you know, make sure he does get too ahead of himself, and make sure that they develop him well, then you never know what he could be in the future. And at the moment, he's showing glimpses of what he can be as a player. So, outstanding and vintage Reece Walsh. Now, my second point is RTS proved me wrong on the wing. So, you know, going into this game, Reece Walsh was named on the bench originally, and Roger was named at fullback. Then they changed it later in the week, and Nathan Brown, you know, confirmed it in his team that Reece Walsh would start and Roger would move to the wing. And I thought to myself, you know, why doesn't Reece Walsh play in the halves and Roger Tuivasa stays in his preferred position at fullback? But boy, I was proven wrong, and I thought, you know, Roger Tuivasa would be wasted on the wing. I thought he'd be wasted on the wing, you know, not get as many touches as he normally does at fullback. But he proved me wrong, Roger. Outstanding performance again from Roger. I mean, what a legend, what a player Roger Tuivasa is. You know, you got to remember that Roger, a couple of weeks ago, you know, he said that he would make way for Reece Walsh and play in a different position if it was for the best of the club's interests. So, you know, what a player Roger is, and what he done last night was outstanding. Scored a try, you know, set up a try, Roger. I mean, I've run out of words to say what Roger is. I mean, gonna be sad to see him go at the end of the season. And, you know, I really hope that Roger, you know, continues to have that success in his career, even if he goes to rugby union, plays for the All Blacks. I mean, so you still want to wish him all the best. And, you know, there's a long way to go until the end of the season before we get to see Roger's last game. So hopefully it's not Roger's last game on the Gold Coast here. Hopefully we can play in the finals. But what can you say? Roger Tuivasa, a great game. And, you know, he was in my contention for man of the match as well last night for my review. So, outstanding performance by Roger Tuivasa on the wing. Now, my third point is defensive lapses still happening, but we can score lots of points. So, defensively, you know, over the last few games, it's been a big issue, and it's still quite an issue here. We've conceded, 26 points, and we scored 30 in this game. And it needs to be improved. And I know we had Jazz Tavanga and Jack Murchie come off due to a sin bin. Both of those players got sent to the sin bin, which I thought was a fair call. And we did defend our line for those sin bins, which was great. It was great that we managed to defend our line with both those players sent to the bin. And, you know, yeah, what can you say? I mean, we have to fix those areas, and we really need to fix them in order to be a top 8 team at the end of the season. So that was my third point, defensive lapses. Now, my fourth point is the ever-consistent Tohu Harris. And the phrase goes out to Roger Tuivasa-Sheck and Reece Walsh last night, but you cannot forget Tohu Harris, what he does in that forward pack, what he did last night, what a workhorse, produced some great numbers as well, and you cannot forget Tohu Harris, and you've got to give full credit to what he did in the game as well. And Nathan Brown said in his press conference last night that Tohu Harris was our best player on the field, and I can agree with that point, that he was one of our best players on the field last night. So, full credit to Tohu Harris. I wanted to give him a shout out in my review video last night, but I was going to do it in this video instead. So, what a workhorse Tohu Harris. The consistency of Tohu Harris never fails to disappoint, and, you know, great performance by Tohu Harris. Now, my last point is, this is going to be a little bit of a negative here, is poor second half discipline, and it's making it difficult for us. Now, the second half, we really made it hard for ourselves. I mean, you know, we had 2 sin bins, which I thought was fair. Jazz Tavanga and Ben Murdoch-Masila. They were both fair sin bins, in my opinion. And you can't argue with it. Both should not have done what they did. Gave away penalties as well, which I thought, you know, could have been very costly, the amount of penalties we gave away and let the West Tigers come down our own end. But we need to fix that one, obviously. But the game against Parramatta, our discipline, I thought was a little bit better. I thought our discipline was good because we didn't make too many high tackles. We didn't have players sent off last week, but this week, I mean, it almost cost us in this game against the Tigers. So we need to improve on that. And also one more area I think we need to look at is our kicking game. Now, you look at Luke Brooks last night. I thought Luke Brooks' kicking game probably had the wood on us there in terms of kicking. But we need to improve on that going forward. So that is my 5 takeaways of this game between the West Tigers. Let me know in the comment section below, what are your 5 takeaways? Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. The channel's at 532 subscribers. So make sure you're hitting that subscribe button if you're new around here and you haven't hit that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to hit that like button on the video. And I'll see you guys in the next one.